I think it's so important that you develop your own mantras, you develop your code of ethics, you develop things where you feel like this is the way that I'm gonna live. These are the rules for me. These are my own rules. This is how I'm living. I've decided to live this way based upon my experiences. And these rules are in alignment, hopefully, with nature, of course, because some people live in alignment with rules that are not necessarily in alignment with nature. But I think it's important that you form those things and that you live on them. I have in business, I've heard a lot of things about this is how you run business. And, listen, Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, Floyd Mayweather, Jay-Z, for all of their success, they couldn't necessarily tell me how to run my business. They couldn't tell me what to do to duplicate their success. And the reason is because things are always changing. Things are not quite stable. And so for that reason, as you go through business, it's important to remain unique, as I've always said, but to establish laws that you're going to live by in business. Some people put the money over everything. I don't put the money over everything. If I did, I would be filthy rich, but I don't. One of my major rules is that profits follow people. And my goal is always to invest into the person. I don't have to know you to invest in you. By investing in you over time, you will feel compelled to purchase a product. Or if not, I've invested in you to the point to where you are a better person. See, that's my philosophy, is that the information that I'm giving, we call it edutainment, which is why, some people thinking that, is this guy angry? Is he upset? Why is he always throwing stuff? It's edutainment. It's edutainment. You're not gonna go up to Leonardo DiCaprio on the street and expect him to be acting like he was acting in these different movies that he's been in. Same thing with Denzel Washington. So it's all satire. It's all, to change the intensity of the message, so the message will resonate. But I do that to make sure that you get the message. So that's my philosophy in business. I'm investing in you. And by investing in you, you will come to the point you will realize, because the supplement industry is different. I'm not looking for like what they call a one-time gank move. I'm not looking to just get you to buy something like, oh no, it's a lifestyle. And if it's a lifestyle, then you always need something in your life. You will always need herbs. So I'm not looking for the one-time purchase. We're looking for you to have a lifestyle, a complete lifestyle at that. Not just the supplements. In fact, I've said it many times on videos. If you're not going to attempt to live a better nutritional lifestyle, I don't want you purchasing any supplements, because the supplements will not save you in spite of yourself. They will not. They can't override your habits. They will help, but they'll supplement in addition to whatever it is that you're doing. So to drive the supplements, to make the supplements even better, I need to make you better. I need to make sure that your nutrition is on point. I need to make sure that your thinking is on point. I need to make sure your finances is on point. Because if these things, I need to make sure your emotions are on point. Because if they're better, then you're gonna be better. And if you're better, when you're taking supplements, you're going to glean them more and you're going to get more use value out of the supplements. But if your money is terrible, if you're down and you're drinking alcohol, if you got issues in your relationship, if you're eating terrible, it's best that you don't even take the nutrients, the herbs. Because what is the herbs? They can do something, but it's like taking a step forward to take 3 steps back. They're gonna help a little bit, but the herbs can't override all of that stuff that's going on, because the energy with which you take them is important. So just trying to get a sale on supplements, it's kind of like low for me. For me, the way that I live my life, I need to do more than that. So you will see information on psychology. You will see information on finances. You will see information on nutrition. You may see information on relationships. Even though I don't like to speak about the relationships because I'm not actually married. I like to speak on things that I'm 100% living, not just speaking on in theory. So this is a philosophy that I've developed. You've got to pour into the people. You've got to invest into the people, because the profits follow the people. So on a spiritual, on a psychic level, I'm paying out. See, many people don't realize when you go to work every day, you get 2 types of payouts. You get the monetary payout, the money that you're gonna make from working. You get the psychic payout. Well, some people don't get a psychic payout, but there are 2 kinds of payouts. Whereas I love what I do, this is my life purpose, this is what I would always do. I would do this for free. Very rarely, it's rare that you see people that get the monetary payout and the psychic payout. So what happens is they get the money at the expense of their psyche. And so their psyche is damaged and abused, but yet they've gone to a job that they've hated for 30 years. Yeah, they made money, they've got a pension, they've got a 401k, but they don't really last long after they retire because the damage has been done. And so you'll never live, in your mind, you'll never live long enough to have gotten or spent all of your retirement. But you sacrificed your psychic health. You don't have the zeal, you don't have the zest, you don't have the joy about what you're doing. So I like to give people information to build up their psychic. That's like a psychic investment for me. That's what I like to do. And whether it comes from you, listen, whether you purchase, do you know how many people, you know how many people that we give information to? And they will contact me and they'll say, could you tell me about this protein powder? Could you tell me about this supplement here? I want to take it, this and that. Knowing that I have a supplement company. Now, mind you, none of these other supplement companies are giving information. They're not helping. They're not doing anything. Yet, people will still come to me and they will ask about products of which I have no knowledge, products that are insalubrious, that have all these fillers, that have toxic chemicals, and they will want me to answer the question about that, but about something else that they're buying from someone else. But it's the same principle that I'm using, that I say with people that use my content, or they don't tag, or there's all kind of videos over TikTok, all kind of videos over Instagram, where people use your content and they don't tag you, they don't acknowledge I'm not here for that. I don't even worry about that. I don't even have the time to chase after people about that. I don't care about it, because what I care about is the information. And they'll even be selling products based on these videos that I've created. But I'm not concerned about any of that. What I'm concerned about is the people. So if I put the information into you, your life is going to get better. If I invest in you, your life is going to get better. And the payout may not come from you, but it may come from 3 other people. Or it may come from somebody that you recommend, or it may come from somebody that you know that watches me. And then you may see them purchasing something, and then you may want to purchase. So it really is about people. That's why I put up videos every day. You can never forget this. You've got to invest in people. People are going to be the reason that you get wherever it is that you get, or what you get out of life. It's people. We couldn't have a following without the people watching the videos. We couldn't have a supplement company without the people paying for the supplements. That is the truth. And the moment that you forget, oh wow, oh, they was really fighting over there, man. She did a roundhouse. I saw her do a roundhouse kick. The moment that you forget that the people are the reason that you've gotten to where you are, depending, again, if you're doing business like me, I consider myself a spiritualpreneur. That means that I do business based upon spiritual principles. I don't do business based upon what is the absolute most I can gain, if that means sacrificing somebody or a situation or going against my morals, right? So that means that I'm not going to do something in business. Listen, that means that I'm not going to do something in business that morally is unjust. If anything, I'll take a hit. I'll take a hit because it all comes back on the back end, going back to that karmic credit card. How many people have contacted the company and said, oh, I didn't get my package, or it's like your package was stolen? First of all, look at the area that you're in. The package is stolen. So why does Power by Nature have to cover the cost because of thieves in your neighborhood? That's the reality. So yet, what do? Okay, they got people ganking their packages. We got to send another package or two just because we want to help the person. And we're just a small company. People scamming and lying, oh yeah, we didn't get this and all that. And the package shows as delivered. But what do? We give them a one-time courtesy replacement. It's like you don't got to scam and scheme over 30 and 40 bucks, but people do this. These are things that people do. So I'm saying that I still put people first, because you can't allow 1 or 2 people to dampen everything for everybody. So I focus on that. And I'm telling you that has been the biggest key to growing my business. The other thing is so you have to be willing to give. Essentially what I'm saying is you have to be willing to give up front. And you will receive on the back end. You don't have to worry about it. You just have to be willing to give. But some people come out, it's like a relationship. You have to build relationships. Some people come out and, it's like they want to sell immediately. It's like if I meet a woman, do I meet a woman and it's like, hey baby, let's go, I want to get the skins. He's like, hey, wait a minute, I don't even know you. I mean, can we get to know each other before you start pitching that on me? Like, you just trying to sink deep off the rip? Like, wait a second now. Like, what, you ain't gonna take me to get nothing to eat or nothing? You just trying to, grease my guts? I mean, what's up? It's all about relationships. And every time I pour into somebody, I'm building a relationship. That is what makes people feel comfortable when you share things that they can identify with. This is a key. This is very important in business. When you share things that when people can identify with you, now you're on to something. If you look at the great, I know this is extreme, but if you look at the great communists and what they did was a lot of them, they ingratiated themselves with the people. And by ingratiating themselves with the people, right? Because profit follows people, but we can say power follows people. So what happened is the people eventually put these people into power. They elect these people because they feel like this is one of us. We got one of us in the office. That's how they feel. So you cannot underestimate what people can do for you. Because people can always, if you got a good name, if you've helped a lot, you can always generate money. I never understood why some people, they just think about the money. They just think about that piece. That's it. But as a spiritualpreneur, if something's not in alignment with me, I'm not going to do it. Even if it would make me more money, and I've done it plenty of times. I'm like, nah, I can't do that. That's a little bit, over the hill. I feel bad, and I appreciate the viewers. Sometimes I may put some stuff up that was viral. Listen, I put something up recently. It was something crazy, and a guy in a restaurant that got upset and started shooting up in the air. And the viewers was like, hey man, this ain't you, put that down. That's what happens when you build a relationship. My own people ran me out of there. They ran me out. They smoked me out the foxhole. I had to re-upload. I had to delete that stuff because I knew it wasn't me. I just thought it was funny. I felt that it could be a teaching moment, but it was like, nah, that ain't you, man. They smoked me out the foxhole with the Molotov cocktails and said, nah, this ain't you. You got to delete that. And I deleted it. But that's what happens when you build something with people. That's going to happen. And that's what this is about. It's about relationship building. Even if I don't know people, we're building a relationship. So the sale is cool, but did I teach you something? Did you learn something that you could give to your family? So this is why I use the information marketing. You don't see me, it's very, very rare, right? Now, it's just because it's me. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. But I don't drive the hard sale. You understand? I put the information in front of you to make it as though you are going to make the decision. But if you have diabetes, and I'm speaking about blood sugar, and these herbs help blood sugar, and this lifestyle helps blood sugar, you're gonna drop down because you want to improve your blood sugar. You're going to drop down. So there is no hard approach on the sale or serious call to actions, because the information is the call to action. If you are cognizant, if you have a brain, you're going to at least be interested in what's being said. You're going to be interested in what's going on. And that's the key. So this is all part of, listen, life is psychology. I've said it, I'll continue to say it. Whatever is going on in your brain, if there are issues there, you've got to fix them to be all right in other aspects of your life. It's just that simple. If you understand the psychology of people, if you understand that people are all selfish, people are in it for themselves. They're usually in something for what they can get. Everybody. So No one is better than the other. In a relationship, you're with the person because they can give you this. They can feel this need for you. You're working at this job because this job can feel this need for you. You wanted to play on this team because this team can feel this need for you. Everybody's in it for what they can get. That's the reality. So when you understand that, you should always come giving to people. If you're coming and you're asking, if I just came in and said, hey, buy this. If you're coming and you're asking, what you do is you put people on the defensive. You put people on the defensive. If there's a woman on the street and I just walk right up to her and I say, hey, can I have your number? She's gonna say, I don't know you. I'm gonna say, who are you? I'm gonna say, most likely I don't give my number to random guys or whatever. So I have to establish something with her. And then as the conversation is going, as we're talking, then I can make the suggestion, hey, take my number, or, hey, I love to keep the conversation going. Can I get your number? We can stay in touch. Not a hard sell. It's just in the flow of the conversation. That's it. I'm not hard selling. Everything has been going great. So now I have the momentum to present my case. Just like in a video, if we're doing a video on high blood pressure, hey, don't forget to check out. I never say hard sell. You gotta get this. Now, I probably should, and maybe I will start doing that, because people always say, hey, because many people don't even know we have the supplement company. So maybe hard selling has its place. What I'm sharing is my philosophies on how I do things. Because I've done this for so many years and I didn't receive a penny for it. That's also been the key to the success. We already talked about paying the dues. But I'm constantly pouring into people, because people are what's going to move the world. People move the world. So I'm always pouring energy into them, pouring life into people. And I have no choice but to receive that back. Sometimes I look and be like, oh wow, people purchased. Well, today was a good day. With no hard selling. Maybe in the paragraph, hey, these are the products related to the video. But that's me, that's spiritualpreneurship. Operating as now that doesn't mean that you're gonna be spiritual and just, you have to understand it's like, business is still business. And so you have to generate income. You gotta know that you need to generate income. That's not gonna, the thing that I've seen with many that, do the love and light type stuff and all that, I'm holding space and, these types of things, is they're often lost in business because they don't realize, number one, having a product that people want. Number two, you've got to educate people. As people become smarter, they realize more on why they may need your product. So now everybody knows that the iPhone has this, it has that, it has that, it has that, it has that. It can do this, this, this. Everybody knows it. So everybody each year, they're lining up to buy iPhone 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Because they're already sold, they're already educated on what iPhones can do. So it's just a little, it's not even a nudge, it's, all right, iPhones are coming out. New iPhones come out 2024. The next thing, your product better be great. The quality of your product, listen, value sells itself. Quality sells itself. Does anyone have to? Does a beautiful, gorgeous woman walking down the street, ravishing beauty, does she have to say, hey, talk to me? She doesn't have to say that. Walking down the street, people are going to acknowledge her. They're going to approach her. They're going to speak to her because, at least on the surface, that's quality. When you have quality, it's going to sell itself. This is another thing that people fall short on. They work so much on the marketing, promoting, but they half-ass the product. And the product is garbage. And if your product is garbage, yeah, you can get a few, upfront. You're going to get the upfront sales and things like that. But if your product is garbage, you can forget about it. What are you doing in business? Because the worst thing you can do is have something that doesn't work as it should or of low quality. This is why us as individuals, the greatest thing we can do for ourselves is just to develop ourselves. You don't even have to be a salesman. Once you develop, people are not stupid. They're gonna wanna be attached to you. They're gonna wanna be a part of what you're doing because people want the best that life has to offer. And if you develop yourself, you're gonna be one of the best in human form. Hence, or therefore, they're gonna wanna be around you all the time. They're gonna be with you all the time. And hopefully, you're going to draw or attract or magnetize those that are on the same paradigm. Sometimes when you develop yourself to such a degree, you magnetize people that want to suck from you like a leech. So they're sucking your blood dry and trying to get your resources, trying to get your energy. They don't realize that they're doing it. Some people don't, but that's what they're doing. So developing yourself, or in business, developing a great product, putting the time in your product. If you pay on the front end, you'll never have to pay on the back end. But if you don't pay on the front end, you will have to pay on the back end. And typically, what is it? Pay now or pay later, but you will pay. When you pay later, what you find is that the costs are more. They're far more. What is it? Absorbent? They're excruciatingly higher. Because now you're dealing with build-up. And so it's going to cost more on the back end. So if you pay up front, you get to reap the rewards on the back end. You're going to get that quality. And it's uncomfortable, but it's very necessary. I believe that this first should be the number for people in business. I believe that developing yourself first, developing your product second, and then pouring into people. After that, you can do your marketing and you can do it, but this is a form of organic marketing. Who doesn't want to be around a well-spoken person? Articulate, creative. Creativity is a precursor of abundance. Who doesn't want to be around an abundant person? So you develop yourself. People love you. They like you. That's an advantage. People buy from people that they like. Now, in order for you to get people, if you were an a-hole and people are buying your stuff just must be unbelievable. It can happen. It can happen. But if there's a product that's comparable and they like that other person, you're going to lose. It can be close. Yours could be better. But you're going to lose. So developing yourself, developing your product, and pouring into the people. These are like the three main things that I pride myself in. Something very small. Most herbal supplement companies, they put fillers in their herbs. Now, fillers are not necessarily life-threatening, but they do cut into the quantity that's in the herb. So instead of getting 100% all herb, you may get 87 or 85 or 90 or 92 because they're putting fillers in. And what some of the fillers do is they help so that the herb doesn't stick, the herb doesn't get stuck together within the capsule. So it's important to know that certain small things, to take the extra step, like we do at PB and at Power by Nature, we take the extra step and we say, you know what? We're gonna put all herbs. We're not putting no magnesium stearate in. We're not putting no titanium dioxide. We're not putting all that stuff in. This is a beautiful view out there. We're not putting all that stuff in. We're putting all herb 100%, so we can have that potency. That's what we're looking for. So these are some small things that I know that have been pivotal for me in my business growth. Every single year, without fail, since inception in the supplement industry, in the company, my business has grown every year in profit. Every year, without fail, using these strategies. I'm not giving you strategies, I'm not giving you things that people, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. No, I did it my way. I'm like Frank Sinatra on that one. I just kind of did it my way. And I learned what to do or what not to do. So my business is in large part, listen, your business is gonna be based upon your personality. It's going to be based upon your personality. Every time I try to do something, somebody else, do this, recommend this, cookie cutter, my cookies got cut trying to do that. So stay within who you are, even in business. You can take some risks. It's important to take risks, calculated risk. You look at it and you say, it's not bad. This is a cool risk. It's not gonna put me out. You can do that. Calculate it. So staying true to yourself that's another aspect of business that I believe in. Sometimes I see friends that are doing great in their industries and it's fine, but I'm not jumping over there just because there's money there. There's money here. I just need to figure out how to generate more for the company. That's all. It's not that I have to move somewhere else. It's not like I'm going to crypto. What am I going to crypto for? I know nothing about crypto. I would lose my shirt in crypto. I would get eaten alive, like many of you have. Many people have gotten the skin scraped off of their backside. They've gotten their tails torn apart because of that crypto stuff, jumping in and jumping out because Elon Musk or whoever, different people have said this and that. And I've seen people just jump in and get spanked for their life savings, 30, 40, 50K. I'm like, whoa, you don't get into things that you don't know about, that you don't have the interest in. I love what I do. And the fact that I love it is what powers it, because the heart is an engine. It powers things like nothing else could, like no marketing plan could. If I believe in something, if I love something, your children that you have given life to, what won't you do for those children? How hard do you go every day for those children? How hard do you work for those children? You love them. They're your babies. So is your business. So you stay true to that. That's why you have to love. It can't be about the money. It can't be about the money. It's got to be about the love. It can be about the money. Let me say this. It can be about the money, but it should be about something that you're interested in for longevity, because you're going to get tired some days. You're going to get tired. And you may waver a little bit, but the love is what's going to make you stay in. It's going to make you keep marching and keep creating and getting better. You become a better parent because, hey, you love your child and you want, okay, let's put them in this right here. Okay, I noticed that they have this ability. Let's put them in that. That's how it works. That's how it always works. So the heart is a powerful vehicle. It will power anything, or love. Let me say that, love. I always use the heart because when we say coming from the heart, or the heart is light as a feather, referring to the laws of Ma'at. The heart will power and get that. You know, when they say he or she got heart, what they saying is they ain't scared. They have courage. They got love for whatever it is that they believe in, whatever it is that they speaking on. They're not backing down off of it. Whatever it is they believe in, they're not backing down. And when people have heart, they usually tend to get things done in an extraordinary way. So that's my other principle. You better have your heart in it. You better love it. You better love it, because a business is your baby. It's as simple as that. That business needs to be taken care of. And how many people are you going to listen to when it comes in terms of taking care of your child? How many people that give unsolicited advice? I was like, wait, what? You think I should do that with my children? So you don't do that with your business. You do what you believe in. You don't have to ask everybody something. You gotta ask. You ain't gotta. It's good to ask questions in general. It's good to ask questions in general. But it's like, even with a financial advisor, you stumble upon the correct financial advisor. You could say, okay, who's good? Okay, this one's good for me. Okay, our businesses are different. I do something different. That's all. So, you know, business. What's up with this guy, man? Business is about. Your business is essentially an extension of you. Apple was an extension of Steve Jobs. Is. You saw how intense Steve Jobs was? Did you see how intense? And the one thing, let's come back to this whole thing. You can do your research on this. The one thing that Steve Jobs had is he cared about the consumer experience. That's what made him so great. He cared about the customers. So he was always trying to make the thing better. Some people, some companies, they're like, oh, let's just get your money. Well, you know, we don't care about the customer experience. And let's just spank them. And let's charge them for these crazy things that they charging people for now. Steve Jobs don't care about the customer experience. And that's why Apple is unrivaled. That's why they can charge and say, hey, you can only use these chargers with these products and this laptop, and it's an unbelievable experience. It all connects. Great product, operating from the heart, sticking with principles. prime example. That's all.